What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now PS Edition. I am Alex. In this video, I want to discuss Ratchet and Clank, a new game coming to the PS5 in terms of this rumor. So I'm going to be going over what this rumor entails and give my kind of analysis on that. If you guys like these kinds of videos, make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that like button for me because, again, we do videos like this every single day on this channel, talking about PlayStation, talking about games in general. So let's get into this. A new Ratchet and Clank game is reportedly in development for Sony's upcoming PS5. Now, this actually comes from Colin Moriarty, old-time IGN alumni, which I have a lot of respect for Colin in general. Super sad when he left, kind of funny, but he recently said on the Sacred Symbols show, we're going to get a Ratchet and Clank in between Spider-Man 2018 and its sequel on PlayStation 5. I feel like that's going to be a launch game, the Ratchet and Clank game that's long been in development at Insomniac. So, that's pretty much it. Now, it comes from Colin. Colin does still have some video game insiders that he still talks to. So I think he's pretty credible. I think he's back at IGN, back just in general, I think he's a very good game journalist where he actually figures stuff out and actually does research and actually did a lot of really nice pieces. So I'm inclined to believe this. Besides that, it makes a lot of sense. Now, what I hope is that it doesn't slow down, or it didn't slow down Spider-Man 2 in the slightest. And to be quite honest with you, I don't feel like it did. Sony's purchase of Insomniac, I think, definitely helped, right? Because now you have Ratchet and Clank, you have Sunset Overdrive, you have Resistance possibilities, you have so many games that are possible. When I've talked about launch exclusives or even launch day or launch month exclusives for the PS5 when it first releases, I never really thought of Ratchet and Clank, like ever. I don't think I've ever once done a video that Ratchet and Clank could be a possibility. I've always jumped to Horizon, something like that, as this could kick us off, maybe a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale as a super wild card kind of guess. Ratchet and Clank makes sense. Again, Insomniac's big enough. And now they made the remake when they kind of redid Ratchet and Clank. I bought that game. I love that game. That game was a very, very solid game a few years ago. And to have this come out before Spider-Man, as long as it doesn't, again, push Spider-Man, the rumor had it, was fall of 2021. So having two games from Insomniac 2 years in a row, a new Ratchet and Clank, and then also a new Spider-Man 2 years back-to-back, I think is phenomenal. I think that just adds to what you could do. Again, I think a Sunset Overdrive, I feel like a remake or just even a remaster, just porting it over, slash a Sunset Overdrive 2, a Resistance remake, really any old kind of Insomniac thing at this point could be very, very good for Sony. And when you're looking at these launch kind of exclusives, I have said in the past, you got to look for games that are kind of good for everybody. And a game like Horizon, I think, would definitely be a system seller. Okay, I think you buy PS5 because Horizon's coming on. Now, the difference here, and I'm not putting Ratchet and Clank down because I do love the franchise. I think it's definitely had some down points, but I think when it's at its best, it is such an enjoyable and just well-rounded game in all. It's got good story, good characters, very good gameplay. Again, at its peak, when it's at its best. I think it's got what makes a game good in it, right? But when it comes to Ratchet and Clank, I don't think you buy the PS5 for Ratchet and Clank. I think you have Ratchet and Clank to support the system. So when I think, when Colin says, a PS5, like a launch title, I feel like that is a more support kind of thing. I feel like you need a game to sell the system. You need Horizon, right? You need not just Horizon. It could be Bloodborne 2, and I don't think it is Bloodborne 2, but I'm just throwing out examples of big PlayStation games. You get a big PlayStation game and you say you need to buy the PS5 because of this game. I don't know how many people are going to buy the PS5 to get Ratchet and Clank, but I'll tell you personally right now, the fall is so clouded, honestly is a good word, because we really don't know next to any games. I mean, September, we have Avengers and Cyberpunk, but once it gets past that, we know nothing. We don't know which games are on both systems. We don't know what games are only on, current gen PS4 and Xbox One. We don't know. We don't know when the next gen launches. We don't know the price yet. There's a lot of unknowns, but I can tell you, if it comes out, and then there's the third-party games, right? There's a Call of Duty that comes out, Watch Dogs Legion, there's those kind some of them I will get. But then if the two PlayStation exclusives are Horizon and Ratchet and Clank, I would get both. I truly would. To be honest, my situation is a little bit different. I'm not getting the PS5 for Horizon. I'm getting it because I want the PS5. I want to advance the next console generation. I guess you could say I do want the new games that are coming with it. So I do want Horizon. I do want Ratchet and Clank. But I honestly don't think I'm buying the PS5 specifically for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which some honestly will. Some people will do that, and that's totally cool either way. But I would honestly buy both. I mean, if both games are out day one or even the first month both of these games are released, I would totally buy both of them. I think it's a very interesting strategy. I think it's a very good strategy. Again, Horizon is the game you need the system for. I think it would probably sell more than Ratchet and Clank. But then Ratchet and Clank, it's like, hey, brand new. You guys really liked it when we remade it. You know, we kind of did the first game, but everything is just so much better, and we really recaptured the magic of Ratchet and Clank. And so here you go. Here's the sequel. And you can do that with a lot of other games, by the way. The new Crash game, the new Spyro game can all kind of follow suit, not launch day, but they can do it in general. I think it's very, very good. I think people will get it just because of that. It's a very honestly I'm impressed by the rumor. I truly am, because last time for PS4 we honestly had next to nothing, especially exclusives. Killzone Shadowfall was okay. It was decent. I didn't love it. I've never played it past, I believe, like that December. I never played it past the first 2 months of owning it. But now this time and that was it. I mean, we had nothing else. Resogun, we had some other things, but now this time we have. If you buy the PS5 and you say, oh man, we already have Horizon and Ratchet and Clank, well, that can stretch us out till the spring, and then we have a big game that launches in the spring. Like, that's a really good strategy. So I'm inclined to believe this rumor. I don't think Colin has really given me any reason to not trust him. So I believe what he's saying to us. I think it makes a lot of sense. I also just believe his sources. So I'm very excited for this. Again, this is a game that I would absolutely A, cover on both these channels, and B, buy and play, because it's definitely a game that I'm interested in, and it appeals to more than just one age group, right? There can be kids that are interested in it that would get the PS5 for it, because that's another thing you have to think of too. It's not just me, it's not just you, it's everybody. There's children, there's teenagers, there's full-grown adults, like lots of different age groups like Ratchet and Clank. And so I think it's a very, very smart one done right, that could definitely, in a way, it could be its own kind of system seller, especially for younger kids. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you believe this new rumor? Do you think Ratchet and Clank is coming to the PS5 on launch day? Let me know. Make sure, again, you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit that like button for me. You guys truly, truly rock. We do videos on this channel every single day talking about PlayStation, talking about games, and I'd love to see you guys on future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.